Hi, it's a beautiful day in Carver, Massachusetts. It's November 15th, a Friday, 2019. And this is our last day here. Daniel MacNeil and his wife Jane. This is our last day here. We've been working on an art project for since Labor Day weekend. We came out and now we're heading back to New Mexico. We'll be back there in a week. But before we go, I wanted to show everyone the beautiful work we've done here. We started by the project of refurbishing their kids' caboose. Here it is coming into view. This is their mascot. It's a frog that Dan painted. It's beautifully done. He did this in about 3 days. He's just amazing. And I'm going to turn it sideways, not to get people sick, but just so you can see the full view of it. He's really very talented and did it very quickly. I painted some of the yellow dots. That was my job. But he really did most of it by himself. But I did do a lot of the other work on the kids' caboose that I'll show you as we walk around it. It really is quite nice. And I think the kids really enjoy it, and the owner was really glad to see that we were sticking with their mascot. So this is an old caboose, an actual caboose that they have on tracks here. And the kids, doesn't move or anything, but the kids can go inside and play in it. And they love it. They just love playing in this caboose. So we'll get around to this side. Let me give you the bigger view so I make sure that you see it all clearly as you approach it. This is the other side, which we kept with the frog theme and butterflies. That was our choice, Daniel's choice. Did a beautiful job with the frogs here and these beautiful butterflies. That was my job. You'll see all of them here as we go around. There are 47 butterflies, some with different colors. They're all monarchs, but we used orange on the outside, and you'll see the beautiful cat o' nine tails that Daniel painted up above. He did a great job with that. And then you go into the caboose up these stairs. We did the outsides of the caboose as well. So here's the paneling going up into the caboose, and the door, and the sides, and now we enter. Oh, and more butterflies in here. This is the kitchen area. So we have tables here to sit at and some chairs, and the butterflies, of course, and a big beautiful sun. This we considered the morning room, so we were waking up to sunshine and butterflies. They have a coal stove here. Doesn't work, but it's still in place. And more butterflies, and then a sink. We got some dishes for them. They had dishes in here, but oh my goodness, after little children play with dishes for very long, they get very grimy. So we bought some new ones, and they said we could charge them to their account, and we cleaned up some of the older ones, and now they're in place so the kids can play at the sink. There's a refrigerator, it doesn't open, but more butterflies. And Dan did some nice grass work around the bottom too, around the sink and around the door, to give it a feel for a mural that is really lovely. So that's the work in here. Then you go into the middle of the caboose, and this is the night scene. All right, so you can walk up these stairs here. They have stairs. Can you see those? You go up and you can sit up on the second level. There's a big chair there and look out the window. But so this was the night scene. So this is filled with butterflies. We picked blue for the color here. Oh, the butterflies in the breakfast room were yellow to go with the morning sun. These are blue to go with the night sky, and we have stars. We put glitter on them all over the ceiling. And yes, there's another seat on the other side with a set of stairs here as well that go up, and then more stars and more butterflies. It was a good theme, I think, for this. Children love butterflies, and so do I, and it was fun painting them. So we picked blue in here, and now we go into what I consider the evening room. This is where the beds are. They have 3 beds in here that are cots for people to sleep on in a caboose. And we picked a lavender background for the evenings, nighttime, and I chose a light green for the butterflies here. So these are the butterflies. You can see lots of butterflies. It's a nice sunny day. You can see it coming in through the window. And there's the door. It goes outside to the outside of the caboose where there are more butterflies, as you saw before. And then these butterflies here, and finally a big moon for evening. I hope I can get a good picture of it because it's kind of large and I'm hard to get far away, but there's the big moon. Happy face with a smiling face and a bright red tongue. So I think the kids will really enjoy it in here. Now with this new motif, they get to walk through it and enjoy the colors and enjoy the caboose. Kids think it's so much fun to be in a caboose. Okay, and let me walk out this side. So that was the project that I worked on mostly, although it would never have been completed if my husband hadn't helped me the last week. I never would have gotten it done. He did a lot of the background and blended it into the colors that I had already done, and it really came out nicely. So here's some more butterflies here on the outside of the door and going down the caboose. It's butterfly heaven, that's for sure. They open tonight. They have been closed since Halloween, but they open tonight, November 15th. They're open from 2 to 9 p.m. And for the Christmas season, they'll be open every day until the New Year's. They do close on actual Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day, but the rest of the time they're open every night from 2 to 9. And people come from all over to ride the train in Edaville at Christmas time because they put up all these amazing lights outside the train tracks that go all the way around the park. And people can ride on the train and see all this beautiful light show. It's really, they do a great job. Now we're entering Thomas Land. There's Thomas Land. So Thomas Land is Thomas the Train, and this is, I believe it's through Mattel that they have the contract to even have a Thomas Land. And as such, they have to be very careful about any painting they do in this area. It has to be in agreement with what they like and what they need and what goes with their theme. And you can't vary from it at all, the colors or the design. It has to look just like what they think Thomas the Train looks like. So this is their Knapford gift shop, and we're about to enter it. This is the project that Dan worked on while I was painting butterflies. And so they have these cute little people outside. It's very English. It's an English theme and very English looking. There's the lady taking pictures, the little girl of the family visiting Edaville. And so now we go in the door. It's a very large room. I wish I knew the dimensions. I'm sorry I don't. But it's a very large room. And they have all these gifts for children to buy, for all Thomas Land gifts. But the ceiling is very high and very plain. They do have a Harold the helicopter. He's part of the Thomas the Train series, and they do have this helicopter up there. But it was very plain, and they asked Daniel if he could come up with a theme that would accommodate such a big room, because there was so much in it, but it felt kind of like a warehouse, as you can see as I turn around here. They do have it decorated for Christmas now, but it generally looks like just too many things on too many shelves and nothing up high, so it was really kind of like empty, and people would come in and say, "Are you going out of business? You know, is this are you closing?" So Dan decided to stick with the Thomas the Train theme, which is what they wanted, and bring it up high. So here are some of the trains he drew and painted all by himself, way up high on the ceiling, at an angle. There's Thomas right in the middle. He's number 1, Thomas the Train, and these are his friends. Unfortunately, I don't know the story, so I can't tell you who's who, but there are several other members of the Thomas the Train Land. And so he did that on one side, those 3, and then on the other side, very high up, he's done 6 more. So they're kind of, the lights kind of get in their way, but if you were here, you could see around the lights. So there's one of them, and another, and a third, and he painted the sign here again, Thomas and Friends, because that's what they wanted. And then 3 more over here. This little one, and then the square one, I love her. I consider her for some reason. She's the only square train. The rest of them are all rounded. And then finally him. So that's the project. It's all at an angle, as you can, I don't know if you can see from the video, but it goes up at an angle. So Dan not only had to be high up on a lift, but he had to bend his neck back and paint up above himself. So it was really quite a project. But he did it, and he's amazing, and it looks just like all of the characters. So I hope if you're ever in Carver, you'll get a chance to come to Edaville and see it for yourself. If not, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm grateful it's done. I'm grateful it's over and we're going home to New Mexico. And I'm grateful that you bothered to watch this. Thank you. Bye-bye.